And we are back with multiplication and division with our integer operations. So we are going to hop right into that. In my opinion, these guys are quicker than adding and subtracting. So tell me what you think afterwards. So multiplication, you can usually we use a little dot. Oh my, I don't know what that's doing. So usually we use a dot. So what we're going to do is just multiply the numbers together like normal. So multiply, oops, that's the wrong one, that's a y. Multiply the numbers. And dot, dot, dot. What's the dot, dot, dot for? Because you got two different situations. If you have same signs, you're going to have a positive number. Okay. So, and this is just classic, 8 times 7 gives you 56. Boom! Your signs are the same there. Positive 56. Negative 3 times negative 4. You might have parentheses there, you might not. I don't know. And that's going to be negative times a negative gives you a positive, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So you really almost separate the problem into two steps. You have your classic multiplication, where you are looking exclusively at the numbers, and then you have a mini problem with your signs to figure out what kind of sign is this answer. Now, one thing with algebra, you got to remember, if you see something like this, negative 8 times negative 4, or negative 8 parentheses negative 4. What does that mean? Well, it means negative 8 times. There's an invisible times right there. So if it helps your brain, whenever you're doing these problems on a worksheet, not the textbook, you can write a little negative answer, or a little, a little multiplication sign in between your two numbers, right there. And that might help your brain. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But just remember, if you see a sign or a number with a parenthesis and another integer next to it, those guys are multiplied together. So there's my side note. So this guy would be treated as negative 8 times negative 4. So we go, okay, number times number, that's 32. 8 times 4 is 32. And a negative times a negative gives us a positive. Boom. You can write a plus in there, or you could just leave it a normal 32. So that was working with the same signs. What if the numbers have different signs? I know what you're thinking. That's a good question. Different signs. And what we do here is we are just going to have a negative answer. Okay? Always, always, always. It doesn't matter which number is bigger, which number is smaller. So a negative 3 times 4, you multiply the numbers. 3 times 4 is 12. And the answer is negative. Boom. Okay? 6 times negative 5. Oh, we have one answer that, or one problem, one number that's negative, and we are going to go negative, and then 6 times 5 is 30. Bop. Here we go. Okay. So again, when you're multiplying two numbers, if the signs are the same, your answer is positive. Signs are different, answers are negative. And our little warning sign here, it doesn't matter which one's positive. Okay. It doesn't matter if the larger number is positive. This is one thing that people can get confused on, because we're just coming from adding and subtracting integers, where when we're adding, remember the larger number kind of wins the sign. Well, this time it's straight rules. Same sign positive, different signs negative. Doesn't matter which number's bigger. Next page, what about dividing? Well, with dividing, There's my little division sign. We're going to divide the two numbers and use the same rules for multiplication. Okay. So again, we're going to divide the two numbers, use the same rules for multiplying integers, and I'll show you what that looks like. 8 divided by 2. Well, 8 divided by 2 is 4. We have 1 negative, so answer is negative. You're done. That's it. And another one. Let's go 12 divided by negative 3. And the answer there is another negative 4. Again, 12 divided by 3 is 4. One of these guys is negative, so your answer is going to be negative. And what if I go negative 20 divided by negative 5? Well, same process. Divide the two numbers. So we'll go 20 divided by 5 is 4. And then for the sign, we have a negative and a negative. If we have the same signs, answer is going to be positive. So we have a positive 4 there. I got a lot of 4s going on here. I'm realizing that. Let me do, let's give you one that's not a 4. What if I write my problem like this? Negative 18 over negative 6. Ooh, that's a little different form. But we treat it the same way. This is a division problem, even though it's got that little fraction sign there. So what we do is we're just going to go negative and a negative, make it positive. And then we go 18 over 6, or 18 divided by 6 is 3. Boom, so positive 3. There we go. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. And hopefully I will continue to get better with this Good Notes app and screen recording. So thanks for watching. Hope it's helpful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.